Hello and welcome to episode 10. Well, it really is a time crunch for this one because the orange truck has been sold. Waiting for contact from the buyer off eBay now to do the financial shenanigans, swap paperwork, and then that's going to be on a trailer, I would say end of this week or beginning of next week, which means I have nothing to drive, which means time crunch for this one as it has to work pretty much by the end of the week. So we've got final fitting and shenanigans with the cab and with the bed. We've got to finish off the hump and fuel filler situation, get it on, and fanny and fart about with wiring. So as I always say, and say with more urgency this time, let's get on. Right, although it doesn't look like it, there has been a ton of progress made. I had to pull the entire front end off, entire bed off, cab off, because I wanted to tweak a few things, move a few things, redid the shifter linkage, all that kind of stuff, finalised the gas pedal mount. It's all like just boring bitty stuff. So what we're on to right now is doing these filler panels for the other side, obviously on that side, and it sat outside and sat in the rain. Every time I put this outside, it rains. Yay! So we've got those those front end filler panels tacked in, and now we are going on to the whole gas filler neck situation, which is going to be around here because we're making our way back with those filler panels. So it's going to come up and be here. Okay, there aren't many times that things just work out. I bought this tube about probably 2 years ago now to make the C-notch for when I did the first orange truck build, and obviously I've not done a C-notch since, so we've had plenty of it left, and it is a little bit thick wall, but I love it when a plan comes together. Filler. It's perfect. Oh my god, that's perfect. So I can just chop it at whatever height I need, create a flat plane, boom, done. I think this gas filler marks the end of fabrication on the F71 build. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There we go. Gas filler in, bed hump done, filled, gas filler in, and then plunk that down. I'm gonna clean up that a little bit. I don't have a big hole saw or anything, so and that just goes on like that. Happy days. There we go. Better back on soon. Well, I've got to paint it now. Do a bit of an art project and probably mist some black. Then maybe paint some of the bronzy orange on it, and then some white, and then start hitting it with some sandpaper. But that's going to happen once the bed's back on. So I'm going to undercoat it right now. We're on to the art project. So there's a white primer, and I dusted it with black, and look at that damn fine filler. Oh yes. And then we have that. So that was originally bought to paint the floor of the orange truck, but obviously cut the floor out, so it didn't need the paint, and it was the wrong color anyway. So I'm going to do a real kind of light brush coat of that onto there, and then that's going to get painted with a white over that, sanded, and hopefully the art project will be a success. Well, I think this is what I was going for. I don't really know. So there's the faux rust. We'll let that dry overnight, and then tomorrow, once the bed is on, oh bugger, I forgot to do those seams. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that now. I don't know, I might not do those. Put some white on there. Yeah, see how it turns out. So I think this is a momentous moment. I think this is going to be the last time that she is naked and bedless. The Crown Vic fuel pump wiring is all run. I threw on another ground strap on the exhaust because I'm a complete groundophobe. Fuel lines are all locked down, all that good stuff. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last time she is without that. So right now we're in deepest, darkest Scrapyardsville, as you can see. It's kind of my happy place. And hopefully these seats will fit, and hopefully I'm not going to get raped for them price-wise, so let me show you. This actually looked like it was a pretty clean truck before it came in, so it must have been like way behind on fees or something like that. So I think it's mid-80s-ish. Flare side. Sexy. But these inside, and they're not bad. So it's a manual operation seat. I think that's called a buddy seat in the middle, and I think they've got some sort of lumbar control there, which obviously I'm not going to use. But I'm hoping I'm going to be able to put these on the track on the F71. I guess only time will tell. So let's get them off and see what hideous amount of money the scrapyard's going to want. We have a little bit of a change from the original seat, which was just a touch past its prime, you know, a little bit of vinyl cleaner and probably could have reused it, but no, I thought I'll move on to this. And as apprehensive and scared I was about what the price was going to be, $57.60. Now that is a good day. That is awesome. All upholstery's good. I mean, it's dirty, but the seat sides are awesome. And we have a flippy downy century seat as well, which is very, very just high tech. Look at that. All very 80s. Happy days. Okay, so we're just gonna make it fit. It looks close, but there's gonna be some modification. What do we have here? Okay, so this is how the setup was on the original 71 seat. You got the seat frame, you got the runner back and forth, and then the mount. So that runner bolts to that seat frame, so you unbolt that, and then the mount is riveted to the bottom of that runner, so you ungrind that, and that gives us this one piece. So mounting wise, it's going to be something like that, because this whole frame already has the seat runner in it right there, so that's all dealt with. We're just basically going to find a mounting solution. God damn you, plane! We're just going to find a mounting solution for to join these two together, really. I think this mount here is slightly narrower than this one was in the truck, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bolt these two both sides into the truck floor, and I'm going to get this seat in somehow and rest it down and see where we're at. Rightio, they're ready to go in. So what I did was flattened and extended the original mounts. You can see there, that's flattened and extended. Now I'm just going to weld that on, and create some triangulation there to give it some strength. So they're ready to go, and we're welding on a hill like normal, so at this point your ratchet strap your sponsored welding trolley to the back of the truck so it doesn't run down the hill. Gas filler time. So we have that, which is going to go in there like that, and we come down here. Oh my god, I'm getting old. Yeah. So that's that end, the other end of that, and then the gas tank filler hole is there. So we need two. We can pull back and we can see both holes. No, we can't. Okay, so we're going to go. Okay. Let's get that back. There we go. So we're going to go from there to there. That bend there. So it's working in a slightly different fashion than I thought. When I twist this way, it hits that cross member there. So that's about as direct, I think, as I can get it, and then this here I think is going to be covered by this here, and it's all downhill, so I'm assuming that it's not going to cause a filling problem. Only time will tell. And there we have it. We've got the original Crown Vic filler tube and a nice 90, and then up to our cap up there. Perfect. Shouldn't think that'll be a problem. Job done. Where are we at, I hear you ask? And that is a perfectly appropriate question. Well, these have just finished in the exterior paint booth. So, where did we get with the dash? We took the dash pad off. I was gonna hoped that I could recondition it in some way, and that the base of it was metal that I could cover in like bed liner and kind of replicate another dash without the padding on, but it didn't go that way. So this is how the dash is going to stay. I'm not going to fill in those slots because whoever buys this off me, who am I to stop them buying a new pad and sticking it on top? So that's how the dash is going to stay. As I say, painted those vents. I'm going to get some countersunk threaded bolts with nuts on the back, and they will go in. That's that. And the seat is fully in. Look at that. It's an effect. It's like you're in a disco. What have we got down here? So this is the mounting solution I came up with, if we can show you. So as you saw before, I lengthened the front part of the original mount, but then I put some fairly thick steel, higher up to that dog leg, so it takes some of the stress off that and it won't bend down. So that's that. So it's basically welded around the front, welded on the side, and then the back, if we can show you that, is just welded onto that flat piece. So the original mounting point is exactly the same. So no real progress on the bed. Got all the seatbelt stuff out of the floor storage. And the big news is the wheels, which you can't really see. Now, the reason why the truck hasn't made its way... Oh yeah, the hood's back on as well. Yay, looks like a truck again. So, there is a reason why the truck isn't out. And I'm going to spin this camera around. Oh, she does look good. I'm going to spin this camera around and let you know why. Another valid question. Why is the truck not out? Why am I not doing a walk around in the daylight outside? Well, when I picked up those Mustang wheels, it was early in the morning. I'm not really a morning person. I take time to wake up. But it's the only time I could get them and they were a good price. So I headed out and got them. Early in the morning, stiff, and me being old and about as flexible as a piece of wood, bent down to pick them up and pulled a muscle in between my ribs on the left-hand side, which was just a little bit of a tweak at the time. So then I went to my other job over the weekend, at which point my back started spasming, and then my abs started spasming and well, and just locked me up completely. So for the past couple of days, I've been in bed and taking lots of drugs. And the drugs are great. I'm not gonna lie, they're awesome. The pain isn't. Now it is going away, but I'm just laid up for a short while, hopefully only a couple of days. So that's going to make me call this for the end of episode 10. So episode 11 will be the big reveal. I've got to order some stuff. It's either going to be National Parts Depot or LMC, I would say, for carpet, just trim bits inside, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be in, we'll have her out, we'll have her driving, and hopefully I'll be using her because the orange truck's still here. Hasn't gone yet, but I assume it's going to be going this week. So I'm going to be carless. And I'm also going to look at the next project next weekend, and it's going to be awesome. If it works out, it's going to be super cool. So that's a really exciting thing for the future. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch me on Instagram at Nathan's Garage Official, and Twitter. Oh, I've gone off Twitter again. I think it's Nathan's Garage. I'm on and off it. But Facebook as well for Nathan's Garage. Thank you. I'll catch you next time.